Hi, everyone. So welcome to today's class on citrus oils education, where we're going to be focusing on these four essential oils: the wild orange, grapefruit, purify, and lemon. Even though there's so many more other than these ones, these are the four that we're going to focus on today. So the first one that we're going to talk about is Purify. This is where Purify is a very herby aroma. It is very potent and powerful. It is probably one of the stronger essential oil aromas, where one of the ways that you can use this is that it can cleanse a room very quickly. So for example, if you have been cooking up a storm and you want to cleanse the air and kind of air everything out very quickly, this is the oil to be diffusing. So this is one where it kind of help cleanse out those unpleasant odors. This is great where if you're wanting to put them in for smelly shoes, adding a drop or two with a little bit of baking powder, baking soda, and sprinkling into shoes, especially during monsoons. This is a great one. This is a great facial toner as well, too. It's amazing for that. Mixing it with a little bit of witch hazel. This is also a great one to be using as a deodorant. So for example, if you've forgotten a deodorant or anything, or you need an extra amp up, this is great where I usually just add a drop neat onto my finger and then rub it into my armpit. I find that it is very strong. So this is one that you can either try diluting it a little bit more with a little bit of coconut oil, or just using less to make sure that it does get spread out. The benefits with Purify is that it is also an amazing support for lymphatic drainage. So this is a great one where when you are applying it to your armpits or under your feet, this can also help with kind of getting rid of some of that excess water retention that you might be having. The next one is lemon essential oil. So with lemon, it is one of my favorites. I love the aroma of it. I love adding it into drinks, whether it is like a soda water, like a fizzy water, whether it's kombuchas, whether it is just your plain water. It's a great way to add it in. For example, if you don't like drinking water, adding in any of these citrus oils like the lemon, wild orange, or grapefruit are great ways to get the therapeutic benefits of it, as well as having your water flavored. So this is a great added benefit. So this is a great one as well for energizing, invigorating, where all of these citrus oils are from the rinds of the fruit. So for example, when you are thinking of using a lemon or using a grapefruit, typically you have to be mindful of using organic produce if you're going to be using the rinds of these, because those are the ones that are typically sprayed with a lot of chemicals and used with a lot of other products in the farms. Whereas all of these don't have any chemicals, no adulteration. They're made sure that they're ensured to be therapeutic properties, as well as to make sure that they're safe for ingestion. So again, on the bottom of every bottle, you can look on what the batch number is, look up the testing to make sure that it is certified pure therapeutic grade, and you'll be able to see it from there. With lemon essential oil, lemon is a lighter aroma, so it also fades a little faster. So this is where if you're diffusing it, you can diffuse it on its own if you'd like, or you can blend it with other oils to help make it more prominent. So again, depending on your diffuser, citrus oils you usually have to use a little bit more of when you're diffusing them to get a stronger aroma. The next one is wild orange. So this is one which is high in limonene, which is stimulating, purifying properties. Again, these are also, so for example, lemon is a great toner for your skin as well too. With each of these, you'll notice at the bottom, I have citrus oils are photosensitive. This is something to just be really mindful of, that you don't want to be applying any of these directly onto your skin and then going out in the sun. It will usually create pigmentation or make your skin a little bit darker because they are photosensitive. So this is where if you are applying it to your skin, similar to how you would use a vitamin C serum, you want to make sure that you are giving yourself at least like a 12-hour gap before you head out into sunlight. So with wild orange, this is a great one where I love having this one put into chocolates. Anything that might be a heavier dessert or a heavier sweet dish, This is a great one to kind of cut that in half. So this kind of cuts out like that heaviness and makes it a little bit lighter for you to digest. So this is a great one. Also a great surface cleaner, lemon, wild orange, grapefruit, any of these citruses, especially with sticky fingers, sticky hands, sticky surfaces, like if you've put tape on somewhere, adding a couple drops of the essential oil, the citrus ones, and then just scraping it off, it takes out that stickiness really quickly. The next one is grapefruit. So this is a great one. This is also available in India, where this is a good one for vitality and uplifting mood. This is where you can add it into your scrubs, into your bath waters. This is a really nice one where it has a slightly different and refreshing aroma. So similar to how in India we have our pomelo fruit, this would be similar to that. So this is a great one to be adding in. Some of the citrus oils that we haven't talked about are there's bergamot, there's lime, there is green mandarin, there is tangerine. There are so many more, but these are the ones that we're just going to be covering over today. So again, now going into the emotional side of the properties of some of these oils. So for example, lemon. Lemon is the oil of focus. So with focusing, concentration, this is a great one where it supports the emotional side. And it also helps with, if you're diffusing it in a room, either applying it on the back of your neck or behind your ears, just a drop, just kind of helps with aiding on that focus, and it provides clarity. So this is a great one for all ages. Elderly, it's also great, as well as for younger children, it's also great, and all ages. Lemon's a great oil to be using at all times. So this is where the emotions addressed are confused, unfocused, attachments, negative attachments, guilty, disengaged, and then some of the positive ones are energized, happy, rational, and joyful. So one of the things that lemon is really good for example, when we talk about cleansing, for any of the healers out there, cleansing your energy field, cleansing your energy space. Yes, rose is an amazing one. Frankincense is an amazing one as well. However, lemon is as potent and really good as well too. The vibrational limits for lemon are a little bit lower. However, it still has that energizing and kind of reduction of negative energies. I would say it's kind of helps remove negative energies from the field. So this is a great one where it's very cost effective. Having it in your pocket, having it in your purse, having it diffused around the home is a great way to do that. And this is where, again, wrists or temples, if you are doing onto your temples, just being mindful that you're not heading out into the sun, or just kind of add a little bit into your hairline. So that way it's kind of covered up by your hair. Sipping on it in your water is a great way to do that as well too. Purify. We talked about this oil as well quite a bit in the beginning. Purify is an amazing oil for releasing those toxic emotions. So Purify is a great one for cleansing spaces, cleansing energies, and it's also a great one for releasing negative attachments as well. So similar to how all these citrus oils are very light and refreshing, but they have a lot to do with purification and somewhat with detoxification. So some of the emotions that are addressed are trapped, toxic, rage, controlling, purifying, and hoarding. So in Purify, in the blend itself, it has lemon, Siberian fir, citronella, lime, tea tree, and cilantro. So even though it has your lemons and your limes and your citruses, the cilantro comes out very much. And that's where, when you talk about toxicity and kind of helping get rid of that, this is where cilantro is a great herb to be using, either in your diet as well as an essential oil to help with cleansing and detoxifying. Then a couple different diffuser blends. So this is where you can either take a screenshot of this, or this will be available afterwards. But this is where you can mix Purify and blend it with other oils. to kind of help lighten it up, I find. So for example, like the crisp linen, the spring clean, it just kind of creates a different atmosphere and an ambience where you can use it by itself, but I like to blend it a little bit to kind of tone out the aromatic profile of Purify is what I find, because Purify is a very strong oil. One of the things that I do like to do is add a couple of drops into my laundry. So if I am using a powder or if I'm using a liquid, whatever I'm using, I'll either add a couple of drops of Purify directly to that and then kind of use that in the wash. And that's like a great way to kind of help deodorize your clothes as well. So for example, if you are drying your clothes, what you can always do is you can add a couple drops of Purify into a slightly damp rag, put it into your wash and just kind of help it circulate while it's drying. So if you are using dryer balls, those are also an option to add on an essential oil, or mixing it into your laundry load as it is. Then the magic sponge. So this is a great way for cleaning. Again, another recipe for you to be able to use Purify. This is one that every once in a while it has different promotions going on for it. So this is an oil definitely to grab and take advantage of because there's so many benefits of it. One of the ways that we've talked about some of the cleansing and the cleaning and kind of like the home side of it. However, when we go towards the beauty side of it, Purify is an amazing support for acne prone skin, as well as a great balancing toner. So this could be diluted with a little bit of witch hazel and sprayed onto the face as a DIY toner. That's where you will see very fast, very quick results, because it is not only detoxifying, it also has its lymphatic drainage properties that we talked about earlier, as well as it is able to kind of help balance and tone the skin in a beautiful way. Grapefruit. This is the oil of honoring the body. So this is a great one where when we're talking about that self-care, self-love, to be using it into a little bit of grapefruit with a sugar scrub or a salt scrub, or adding it into your bath salts. This is a great one when we're talking about body shame, obsessed, self-acceptance, hiding negative habits. This is a great one where it helps you feel nourished. So this is a little bit about the emotional side. However, when it comes to sugar levels and balancing them, grapefruit is a great one to also be using, where it can be sipped on throughout the day. If you are adding any of the essential oils into your water, just making sure that you're using a glass or a stainless steel bottle to be adding your oils to. So this is great where when we talk about grapefruit, it usually has to do with sugar levels, your food intake, and making sure things are. When we talk about how this can be used, if someone is experiencing severe dieting, judgment of their body, of their weight, abuse of their body through negligent behavior or violence, this is a great one where it helps people to listen to their needs. And that's where when we talk about grapefruit oil, it is able to assist with reducing sugar cravings, where when we talk about that, when you look at the emotional side of it, it's usually when people have either poor eating habits or they have stress eating habits that are already there. This is where grapefruit not only supports you on the outside, but it's so much deeper than that. And that's where each of these essential oils are so beautiful. When we dive a little bit deeper, you can understand exactly how they can correlate to someone and maybe what they're going through to be able to support them. So this is a great one where diffusing it, breathing it in, maybe while they're even having their lunch or their dinner or their food. This is one that they can diffuse or even apply onto their pulse points, or add into their water, add into their smoothies or their juices to be able to take internally as well for the benefits. Then wild orange. So this is the oil of abundance. This is where, again, it covers so many different emotional issues, where it has some of the emotions that are addressed are scarcity, serious, overly serious, someone that's rigid, dull, a workaholic, discouraged, hoarding, abundant, a lack of humor, someone that's playful, spontaneous, creative, and joyful. So this is where it's talking about abundance, where it helps create that abundance and it helps nurture someone's creativity. So this is a great one when we're talking about our chakras as well. If you apply this onto your sacral chakra, because your sacral chakra is associated with creativity and sexual energy, but it's also with abundance. So this is a great one to be applying onto your sacral chakra. So basically 2 inches below your belly button, front and back. You can just add a drop and just kind of massage it on there. Another great way is diffusing it or breathing it in. And then also adding a couple drops to your water, juices, desserts. This is a great one to be adding into like a panna cotta, any of like the dips that you might be having, like a fruit dip, whether it's like a cream based or yogurt based. This is a great one to be adding into, as well as with chocolates. So it's a great one there. Then now kind of just closing off, we've covered all of the oils. So if you are new to essential oils and you are just starting on your journey, this is a promotion that's there where it's 100 PV promo, where if you've signed up in the month of January and you've placed your first order anywhere between 100 and 199 PV, you get access to wild orange and grapefruit for free. So that's like an amazing addition. Then now, if we go over to adding on to additional, so if you're coming up to 200 product volume, so that could be about 14 to 16,000 rupees. This then gives you all 4 of these oils for free. So this is one where I recommend that, for example, if you are signing someone up and they might be saying, okay, well, I can put in 100 PV, but I don't know if I can do the 199 or if I can get to the 200. This is where maybe this month you can combine your order with theirs and be able to take advantage of these 4 free oils. And then you guys can decide on how you want to split them up between you guys, or be able to gift them out or retail them out. This is a great option to be able to do, to be able to combine orders as well, to be able to take advantage of that. It just has to be with a brand new account for their first order. Then I wanted to talk a little bit about the Natural Solutions kit. So this is one of the kits that is on the costlier side, where it is 46,000 rupees. However, I want to go over everything that's included in here, because this is a kit where automatically you would be getting those 4 free essential oils for free. In addition, you would be starting at 20% points back for your LRP. So that means for every 100 rupees you spend, you will be getting 20 rupees back to use towards another free product. And this could be one that what you can do is, okay, based off of the image, you can say, okay, I might only want to start with using 5 of these oils. With that, what you can do then is you can either retail the other oils, you can use them to sample out, you can use them to grow your business. But for example, when we look at some of the other lifestyle products that are included with it, the coconut oil, this is something that we're going to be using on a daily basis as we're diluting and using our oils. One amazing tip that one of the leaders that I had met with in Pune had mentioned, Miranda, she had mentioned basically how she is taking these oils internally is she is adding a drop of the essential oil into a teaspoon of coconut oil and ingesting it that way. That's an amazing way to make sure that you're ingesting these oils safely, as well as you're putting them into a perfect medium to be ingesting them into and kind of getting absorbed through your body. Deep Blue Rub. There's got to be someone in your family that is having aches, pains, works out, is looking to be using a rub after the gym. Get them to switch. Instead of using Volini or instead of using Icy Blue, this is a much safer alternative. Get them to switch over. Toothpaste. We all use toothpaste on a daily basis. Again, being mindful of what toothpaste we're using, what we're ingesting into our mouths, because whether or not we're swallowing the toothpaste or not, it's being absorbed into our gums, into our bloodstream. So making sure you're using the right products is a great way to use that as well. Past tense. Everyone has some sort of tension throughout the day, throughout the month, throughout the year. There's got to be something. Past tense is an amazing roll-on to be using. Deep blue oil is a great one to be using and taking in for your massages. And there's all the other beautiful oils, and all of those are 15 ml blends, except for the deep blue, which is 5 ml. Then you have your copaiba and oregano, which are 5 ml food blends. And then you have your roller bottles as well. So this is where you are getting an amazing package deal with this. You get a storage box, you get a diffuser, everything comes with it. So this is where I highly recommend that if you are recommending a kit to someone to start with, and they're looking to invest in their health and in their future and support their family, this is definitely the kit to recommend to them, where they'll get those 4 free oils, and this is one that they can divide. So for example, Purify, lemon, wild orange are already in this kit. So what they can do then is they can either retail those oils out where it has the MRP on the side of the bottle, or they can gift it out to someone that could also be using a new change in their life. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the screen there, and we'll go over any questions if anyone has any questions.